Hodgson.
Mr Chairman, could I please associate myself with the remarks made by my colleague, the Honourable Leanne Dalziel, and the remarks made by my other colleague, the Honourable Jim Anderton, and not repeat any of them, just in the interest of time, but instead make two other points. The first is a sort of random act of praise to the Minister, to say to him that his style is to be commended and should be acknowledged, and I hope it continues. It's important to try and get these things right, and it's a good role model for others. Yeah. The second thing is to just offer a quick history lesson. It goes back a wee bit further than the history lesson offered by the Honourable Jim Anderton, though I must say I've been sent off to the cops on any number of occasions too, especially in the 08 and 05 periods. But to go back further than that and say that the second leg of the double for this legislation is to fold in the people who put together the rolls. And we're going to have to do that carefully. The last time the rolls were tampered with, I suppose is the way to put it, was about 1977. And in 1978 the rolls were a mess. They were administered at that time by the Ministry of Justice. They had been taken off New Zealand Post or Post and Telegraph or whatever the name of the outfit was back then. And then in the subsequent periods of our history, especially the 84 to 93 period, we went through the big old deregulate, let's sell, let's corporatise, etc. And New Zealand Post had to win the contract back against whoever else came along. I don't even know who it was. Surely by now those days have gone, and surely by now we've worked out that New Zealand Post has a proven ability to put the rolls together. It seems to be an outfit which is not going to go anywhere. One hopes that the government will not privatise it, not partly, not at all, and that it's within the bounds of possibility that removing it from New Zealand Post, especially with all of their data architecture and all of their experience, would be deleterious. That is not to say that some change in the administration of the electoral enrolments is not a good thing, and certainly this legislation is, I suppose, an architectural tidy-up. But if I could implore the Minister to, if he is not already, to make, he was only a schoolboy at the time and could not possibly have remembered, but to ask...
What year was that?
1977.
You were quite right, I was 7.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it has happened. It has happened in my lifetime, certainly, and it was a shambles. I was a campaign manager in Dunedin North for the Honourable Stan Rodger when he was coming in, and we didn't have rolls that were reliable. They were unreliable. They were both overblown and under-recorded. They were especially overblown. A whole lot of people on the roll who did not exist. Thousands and thousands and thousands of them. That's because there was a change made between the 75 and 78 election, and we are looking like we're going to make another change, I think, between the 2011 and 2014 election. Can we please make sure that history is studied before that change is made?
Mr. Chairman.
Honourable David Parker.